He is the man who transformed mechanical precision into rolling works of art, who turned speed into elegance and elegance into legend. Bugatti. In the cobblestone streets of Milan, 1881, a child was born into a family of artists, not engineers. His father, Carlo Bugatti, crafted furniture that blended fantasy with form, and his mother filled their home with music. To young Ettore Bugatti, creativity was not a hobby, it was survival. While other children played in fields, Ettore Bugatti sketched wheels and machines beside his father's ornate chairs. The smell of varnish and wood dust became fused with the clatter of gears in his imagination. Art and mechanics merged early in his mind. The boy's world was a living gallery, furniture shaped like thrones, tables that seemed alive. To Ettore Bugatti, beauty was not decoration, it was structure. This conviction would define every machine he touched. By 16, he apprenticed at Prinetti and Stucci, a bicycle manufacturer. Here, art collided with speed. Pedals turned into pistons, the delicate balance of frames into engines. When Ettore Bugatti first touched a combustion engine, he felt destiny. To him, machines were not cold steel. They were breathing creatures, capable of grace. This obsession with elegance in motion wasn't taught. It was born from his father's insistence. A chair must be as beautiful as it is useful. Ettore Bugatti carried that lesson into every bolt, every curve. At just 19, he built his first car, the Type 1, crude by later standards, but for him, it was the first sketch of an idea that would evolve into automotive art. The machine caught the attention of Baron de Dietrich, who invited Ettore Bugatti to design cars for his firm in Alsace. A boy still in his teens had convinced nobility that machines could be more than transport. They could be masterpieces. But beneath this triumph lay his personality. Stubborn, obsessive, unwilling to compromise. Friends would call him arrogant. To Ettore Bugatti, compromise was a betrayal of art. And so, the child of a furniture maker stepped into the industrial age with fire in his veins. But the road ahead would test whether his pursuit of beauty could survive a world built for war. Alsace, 1909. Ettore Bugatti unveiled the Type 10 in his own backyard workshop. The car was light, fast, and exquisite, a sculptor's hand guiding engineering. It was not just built, it was composed. Unlike the heavy machines of his rivals, Ettore Bugatti's creations danced. His philosophy, weight is the enemy. Every curve was deliberate, every nut and bolt placed like brushstrokes. Racing became his stage. The Type 13, the Brescia, dominated after the First World War. 4 cylinders, feather-light, unbeatable. Crowds cheered as Bugatti cars flew past hulking competitors, but the war years themselves had twisted his world. Factories commandeered for military production. The dream of artful machines forced into service of destruction. Still, Ettore Bugatti persisted. He emerged from war with sharper vision. To him, racing was not blood sport. It was proof that elegance and speed could coexist. Yet controversy followed him. His perfectionism alienated workers, suppliers, even allies. Ettore Bugatti refused to bend. Either a car was perfect, or it was not Bugatti. In 1924, he created the Type 35, a car so advanced that it won over 2,000 races. Its horseshoe radiator became iconic, a symbol of beauty in competition. But tragedy shadowed his triumphs. The sudden death of his beloved son, Jean Bugatti, in 1939 shattered him. Jean had been his heir, his mirror, an artist in steel. The masterpiece of father and son ended against a tree during a test drive. The World War returned. Factories seized again. Ettore Bugatti, aging and broken, watched as his creations were stripped of their soul, turned into instruments of conflict, And yet, even in loss, his legend grew. For if art can be tested by fire, then Bugatti's machines had proven indestructible. But the man himself was running out of time. By the 1940s, Ettore Bugatti had become less a man and more a myth. His creations, the Type 35, the Royale, the Atlantic, were whispered about as though they were living creatures. The Royale, massive yet graceful, was conceived for kings, though the Depression meant none could buy it. But this audacity, this insistence on luxury and hardship, defined Bugatti's philosophy. Build the impossible. Critics mocked his stubbornness. Investors abandoned him. But Ettore Bugatti never measured success in profit. To him, beauty itself was wealth. The Atlantic, with its flowing riveted seam, remains one of the most beautiful cars ever built. To call it a vehicle is to diminish it. It was sculpture set in motion. Illness and grief weighed heavily. Ettore Bugatti, once fire and obsession, now frail, leaned on memories of his father's workshop in Milan. The smell of varnish, the lessons of beauty. In 1947, Ettore Bugatti died, not in a factory, not behind the wheel, but quietly, in a hospital in Paris. Yet death did not erase him. His name became eternal. Each Bugatti that roars to life today carries his fingerprints, the stubborn refusal to compromise beauty. More than cars, Ettore Bugatti created a standard. Machines need not be brutal. They could be elegant. They could be poetry. His legacy lingers in every designer who believes machines can stir the soul. That utility and art are not enemies, but partners. He saw cars as living art. And though Ettore Bugatti is gone, his vision endures. Speed as grace, engineering as beauty, and machines that move not just bodies, but hearts. Want to dive deeper into Ettore Bugatti's life? Check out these books, links in the description.